Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. What was that I heard, kids? Could that be the sound of thunder? That's right, kids. Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Tales. I am Phil, and joining me as always, the Mighty Biscuit. It is.
That's right, swinging the hammer. It's the Mighty Owl. Drop it into 1991.
That's right, kids, because we're going to be talking the Mighty Thor 433 through 436, featuring Eric Masterson for the first time, fully as Thor.
Yeah, taking over.
See, I've been curious all day what you were going to go with. You went with the Mighty Owl. I was going to say,
Mighty Owl.
I was like, the Biscuit of Thunder. I was like, no, then I came up with the perfect one. You know what you should have did? The God of Biscuits.
The God of Biscuits.
Yes.
I like that. All the biscuits, all the time.
I was gonna say, if we come up with our own pantheon for everybody, it'd be like you'd be the God of Biscuits.
Totally.
My favorite biscuit. Then you send them to Hades, where they have to deal with Lilith.
That's right. That's where things get really interesting.
All right. So, yes. So, kids, we're going to be covering one of my favorite storylines. Yeah. Yes, Eric Masterson's run on Thor. So, yeah, we're going to get to more of this eventually. But, yes.
Definitely. We should cover this whole run of him as Thor at some point. For sure. Yeah. You were collecting these when these came out initially in 91, right, Phil?
Yeah. You know what?
You're reading.
Oh, yeah. Especially like right now, like these ones we're going to cover tonight. Because it's like with Thor, I was kind of like touch and go. I was like in and out with Thor. I don't know. So this is the whole thee and thou. And yeah, I don't know. As a kid, it's kind of like I was just like kind of bored me sometimes. You know, it's just like all this fancy talk and stuff. But then it's like, then I saw the cover to 433. It's like, wait a minute, what's going on? I'm like, wait, a new Thor? I'm like, wait,
yeah.
Thor didn't just get a new look, did he? I was like, oh wait, it's a regular guy as Thor. I'm like, well, I'm going to try this, and damn it, I love it.
Nice. So this was kind of your jumping on point, almost.
Pretty much for like full time on Thor. Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. Now you've gone back and reread, obviously, the years before this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even like once I started picking up like Eric Masterson's run originally, that made me go back and I was like giving like older Thor a chance. So that's what I said. I mean, Marvel, I mean, you should like, I've said this to Ron Friends himself because I talked to him. I'm like, man, they should pay in like royalties and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you guys created at least one lifelong Thor reader, just with your
totally, run. Yeah.
Not that it started here; they were on the book before this, but
right. And there was a change also in this issue with the art because Joe Sinnott had been doing the inks for, I think, 2.5 years or 3 years or something like that. Like he'd been on the book for a long time. And I think there's even a Ron Friends did a little blurb at the end of issue 433 where he acknowledges the fact that Joe Sinnott was, I think, retiring. And because he had been in comics for like 40 some odd years already at that point, 91.
Oh yeah.
But I was talking about what a pleasure it was to work with Joe Sinnott. But yeah, the artwork was so different because when Joe Sinnott was doing the inks for Ron Friends' pencils, they almost kind of took on like a Jack Kirby-esque quality to them in a lot of it. Like it definitely reminded me of Jack Kirby. It was so cool. I loved that. But then like we had Al Milgrom take over on the inks in this issue, and it was so different. And I loved it because it's kind of more true to Ron Friends' style, his art style.
Oh yeah.
Which I love. Yeah.
like when I put this on Facebook and stuff, yeah, I'll have to like link to like so the other conversations I had with Raw and friends, including we did like a Thunderstrike talk, which we're gonna have to get to Thunderstrike too.
Yeah, we'll definitely do those. Yeah,
But I know he told me what I forget it was which time I talked to him, but he did say I believe Kirby was like a big influence on him, like when he
definitely.
was coming up, and yeah. So, yeah, that's what I said. That's why I like his art, but and especially these issues, it's like it's something new, but you can also see like the Kirby-esque influence on it and stuff.
Yeah, it's a nice balance where you've got that
Mhm.
consistency, but you have a new inker to kind of bring out a different quality in the artist's work, which I love. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and then also like you've got a different logo on the front.
Yes.
Even the little letterbox, you had a different picture of Thor. Like the costumes, obviously different. Yeah, this was a big deal when this came out. They even put like, I remember the cover. I've got the floppy here, and like the logo has like on a metallic tint to the ink or something to make
Yeah,
it
that's what I was gonna
kind of
say. Yeah,
shiny.
because I read them on the app this time, but I do have the floppies, and yeah, I was gonna say I thought I remembered
I don't know if you could
433.
really
Yeah,
tell from the but you can almost see it's kind of like a shinier ink, like they're trying to get people's attention with this
yeah, because it wasn't
issue.
wasn't like a hologram or anything. It wasn't
Mhm.
like actual foil, but yeah, it had like that shiny. Yeah.
Yeah. It was very subtle, but it worked. It definitely got my attention. I
Oh,
mean, I was collecting this at the time, but, yeah, this issue surprised me. I was definitely when I read this for the first time, I was like, "Wow, I wasn't expecting that," but here we go. But I also knew at the time, like, this also got a lot of stick from the regular Thor readers that were not pleased at this
mm,
transformation at all, or this transition, and they did not like it. But I knew that it wasn't going to last long. I knew that this is only going to be for like maybe a year or two or whatever. And then we were going to get the regular Thor back. And it was going to be cool because he would have been gone for all that time and we would have missed the old dude. So I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it was great. Yeah. And it also, I mean, it got a bunch of new readers onto the book like
mm,
yourself.
yeah.
So I just said, what's the problem here? As long as more people are reading this comic book and enjoying it, because the stories were still good, as we'll talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
tonight. They were still great. It was the same team. It was the same artistic team, the same creative team that was working on this book.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it was the trope of like the 80s and 90s where it's like you replace the superhero with somebody, for a while.
Mhm.
And I mean, they had already done it with Captain America, Iron Man.
Iron
It's
Man.
and,
Yep.
and it's like, well, how do you replace Thor? Well, it's like, well, hey, you take Thor kind of out of the equation and let the human guy he's bonded with, be the hero.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a great idea, and like I said, I knew it wasn't gonna last forever,
Yeah.
and we'd eventually get Thor back. I had no disillusions that we were never going to see Thor again. I knew that it was gonna happen eventually. Yeah.
And it was clever too because it's like Eric was already a part of the book. Like I said, he had
Right.
already been bonded to Thor, and they were swapping in and out. So
Mhm.
it's not
We
like
are
they created something out of nowhere.
right, and we already knew all of his supporting cast, like his
Mhm,
kid and his
mhm.
ex-wife and his assistant that got maimed by Loki in the previous
Yes.
issue and all this other stuff. Like, we already knew these people. They'd been involved in the book for, like, I think 3 or 4 years to that point.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, this wasn't for me, this was not a jarring transition, this
Mm-mm.
issue at all, no.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Yeah, every so often we have to come back to this run and do them and like kind of do them in order. So
Yeah.
especially we might have to have another Ray guest appearance because of who is on the last page of 436.
Oh, yes.
Back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And no kids. It's on Tiger
Yeah, or Silver Sable.
or Moon Knight or the Multiple Man. All right. Well, all right. Should we get into these? I have like
Yeah.
shorter synopses for these, but yeah, then we can like dive into the issues.
Okay.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
So yes, kids. This whole thing starts in the Mighty Thor 433 from June 1991. Whosoever holds the hammer. Writer Tom DeFalco. again, I want to get an interview with him someday.
Definitely. I would love that. Yeah.
Penciler, friend of the show.
This is Comics Illustrator Ron Friends, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Who actually lives not too far from here. He lives somewhere in the Pittsburgh area. So
I love it. Nice.
Yes. Inker Al Milgram, colorist Mike Rockwitz, letterer Chris Iliopoulos, and editor Ralph Macchia. I know I should. If I should reach out for another Ron Friends interview, just be like, "Hey, I'll buy you lunch or something." Here, just talk over lunch or something. I'll send a recorder or something for me. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, we'll meet for lunch. I love that.
The interview would be like, "Yeah, we come up there."
eat at Denny's or something.
Hear all like the background noise of like a TGI Fridays or something.
Somebody's having a birthday over in the corner.
Be like, yeah, that is issue 434. Would you like some dessert, guys?
Clank, clank. Everybody's clanking with the silverware and stuff. That'd be hilarious.
All the restaurant noises. Okay. Oh, yes. And then the antagonist in this first issue is I guess it's Ulik. I used to read this and go, his name is Ulik.
Ulik, yeah. I like that. I kind of like that better.
So yeah, so kids, if I slip up, yeah, I still have to tell myself, no, it's like Ulik. It's not Ulik. So.
I'm not going to correct you if you say that.
That's right, kids. Justin's always down for a good lick.
That's right. I'm never going to turn that down.
Justin's always down for a Ulik from a big hairy man. Is that right?
Just as long as I don't get rug birds.
Hello, Noel. Hey, guys. Since Rest isn't here, I got to say it. All right, hold on. I'll give you a drum roll.
Here we go.
Oh,
there it is.
Hey, oh. That's oh god, that's your legacy, Russell. O-ring.
Yeah, it's an enduring legacy if there ever was one.
I was gonna say, you know what we need? We just need a recording of Russell. You'd be like, so he just has to pop on and say, "Hit the button."
That's right.
You can go O-ring.
Next time we have him on, we'll get a whole bunch of new drops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your mother's a whore.
I don't know if any of them can top that one, though.
I love when Ray's like, that sounds like The Exorcist or something.
He was terrified by that.
I know. Your mother's a whore. As his head's like spinning around 360 degrees. Priest is throwing holy water on him. All right. Ulik is determined to confront Thor, unaware of his banishment. Eric transforms, and Thor 2 makes his unflattering debut. Ulik beats him easily and tosses him away, literally. Eric goes home and designs a new costume and tries again. This time he fights like himself, and instead of trying to fight like the original Thor, and is victorious. Susan still has not woken up and is visited by Eric, and then Lena comes in and whispers to her that she may continue to live as long as she is not a threat, because she's really the Enchantress, kids. Spoilers. As they reveal in this.
Lena Moran.
Yes. Because yes, kids, if you take like the kind of like part of her first name, part of her last name, it spells Amora.
Yes.
The Enchantress.
Very 60s. It's very
yes.
60s. I love it.
So yeah, so I mean, I love this issue. I love this run. I love the team of Tom DeFalco and Ron Friends because I love their Spider-Man stuff. I love this.
Me too. To me, they're like a dream team. Anything that they work on, like Thunderstrike, I was all over that because they were on it together. Was it Spider Girl?
Yeah.
Is that the name of it? Spider Girl?
Yep.
I liked that. Yeah, just anytime they work together, I love it. It's a great combination.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, this was a great story. We had Ulik, who had been around he was kind of a recurring nemesis in Thor at this point. He had been popping up here and there for a few
Yeah.
issues, if I remember right. And
Mhm.
I love that scene in this one issue where he smashes into that warehouse and grabs that big
Side of beef and just starts
big side of beef and just starts chewing on it. Rah! Go away, Ulik hungers.
like basically almost like just like grabbing a dead cow and just like
Basically, yeah. Yeah, he's got like one of his legs up on a stool or something so he can get a better bite at it. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah. And I like how Code Blue
Oh
almost
yeah.
beat him in the beginning. Like they they had actually defeated him, or at least like brought him to a standstill, let's put it that way. And then Eric Masterson comes blundering in and destroys their little energy field that they had him entrapped in. It was so funny.
Yeah, that's funny because after years of commotion and transforms, he comes down. Verily shall the god of thunder clobber yonder varlet. He's like, wait, clobber?
Clobber.
He's trying to pretend to be the real Thor. Yeah.
Yeah. It was great.
And kids, if for those of you who aren't aware, yes, the original Thor was banished because supposedly he killed Loki, but
Mhm.
as we'll find out later
Yes.
on, no. I mean, basically destroyed the body, but his spirit's still around.
Right. Yeah, in the previous issue, there was a big double-sized
Yes.
issue, a big climactic, well, at the time, climactic battle between Thor and Loki, in which Eric Masterson's assistant Susan was almost mortally wounded, trying to save the life of Eric's son, Kevin. Yeah, it was a lot that happened in that issue. So this was kind of like the aftermath of all that and the new direction at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's again, it seems like it keeps being our trademark, but again, this is a 1991 comic. I mean, when you see Eric before he transforms, he's kind of got the mullet going, right?
He does. He's got the
Yes.
little ponytail going. When we first saw him, though, he didn't have this. If I remember right, he just had kind of like short cropped blonde hair.
I think so, but yes,
But
not.
then, yeah, as we cross into the 90s, we're getting the ponytails and the mullets. Yeah. Yeah. Which are going to be in full effect here pretty soon.
Oh yeah. And again, Code Blue's interesting. Yeah, they were a this creative team's creation, and then yeah, they kind of move all over to Thunderstrike too. When
They do.
Goes over, yeah,
Yeah. They're almost kind of like the supporting cast over there.
yeah, because it's like after Thor comes back, there's like more cosmic stuff for a while. So basically, Eric becomes like the Thor of Earth, pretty much, and
right.
And this team kind of moves over to that book with Eric and everything, because they get a new creative team once Thor's back.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I followed them over to Thunderstrike, but I stopped reading Thor after they left it. Because even though I love obviously Jim Starlin and Ron Mars, their writing. There's the artist, I think his name was Bruce Zick or Zyke or something like that. I couldn't get into his stuff. It just, especially coming after Ron Friends, it's a hard act to follow, granted.
Yeah, the first artist or two after Ron Friends, yeah. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't like...
It was okay, yeah, but it's just... it wasn't for me at the time. I remember thinking, I can't get into it. So I took a break from Thor for quite a while. And then I came back to it a few years later when he went to Wundagore Mountain and started hanging out with the High Evolutionary. And that was some good stuff. That was some really good stuff.
Yeah.
I remember in one of those issues, there was a this one-page like argument between Odin and Thor, where they were just hollering at each other the whole time. And I think it was Roy Thomas dialogue. And it just made me laugh so hard, these two hollering at each other, that I had tears running down my face reading this. I thought, this is majestic. I love this. This is one of the reasons that I love reading Thor, is just these hilarious times when Odin and Thor just start hollering at each other like a dead son.
And I forget how, but it's like that's like the era too, where like Loki gets his body back and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Besides all the Eric Masterson Thor and like the Thunderstrike stuff, we should cover. Like, we could cover some Thor from that era, but like the last 10 issues or so of Thor before Heroes Reborn.
Oh, where he loses his immortality and his powers and stuff.
Isn't it like Warren Ellis and Mike
Warren Ellis.
Deodato, where it's shirtless Thor running around?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can convince Justin to cover up that.
Yeah, I think you could twist my arm. Yeah.
No, that first art by Warren Ellis and Deodato, it's like it's like shirtless Thor. I remember at least a shot or two of like there's like one page where like Enchantress is like sitting like standing there just holding a sheet over her. So yeah, there's something for everyone in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That comic book was Skin City for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was some good stuff.
Oh, but then after that initial fight with Ulik, where Eric's picking himself up, it's like, oh geez. Then Captain America calls him the Avengers communicator. He's like, Thor, take him for the phone. He's at the lunch.
He's at the lunch.
Cap's just standing there going, out the lunch. What?
Yeah. I love it. I love how he redesigns the costume too, because it's just similar enough to the original.
Yeah, and I mean this, and like the original costume got messed up, and he's just like, you know what, I need. That's why he starts to decide. He's like, I got to do things my way and stuff. And
yeah, that was another thing I was happy about, was the redesign of the costume, because it was different, but it was just similar enough to the original to be still likable.
Yeah, it was just like a few like minor details, like the boots, the helmets. It's kind of the circles on the chest look more
like a darker
yeah
metal. Yeah, it's almost like they took a little bits from the Walt Simonson era armor.
Well, definitely that helmet. Yeah,
the helmet and the kind of the boots too. Yeah.
I love he goes like a costume shop to get the suit made.
That must have been an interesting order for them to put together.
And like he's like comes in like his Thor form, and he's like wearing street clothes, and the woman's like hitting on him. And it's just like, oh, you used to have enough physique like this.
Yeah, he's like 7.5 feet tall.
But like they never mention it. But I don't know. I always like headcanon it where it's basically like, you know, when they banish, you know, when Heimdall banishes Thor, it basically just banishes his like mind, his soul, whatever, and basically Eric's just swapping in and out of his body and Thor's body. But
right. Yeah, I really like the fight at the end too, where he uses his cape to blind Ulik.
Oh yeah,
and he says the real Thor wouldn't do something like this, but I'm gonna do it my way, and I love that.
Oh yeah, the whole fight. That's that last fight when Ulik leaps at him, and Eric just like leaps out of the way, and he's like, the real Thor wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh yeah, and he uses the cape, and he just starts smacking him in the head, with that cape over it.
You hear me? I don't care.
The good guys can play hardball too.
Yeah. And that listeners set the tone for pretty much the rest of this run. Because he does definitely play a little bit harder than the original Thor.
And once again, playing up to the 90s, because we know what the 90s were like, kids in comics. So
extreme.
Exactly. You know, it's like enough of this honor crap.
Yeah.
You know, not that Eric's like going out and killing anybody, but
no, yeah, he's not.
Yeah,
he's not executing people. He's not. Yeah, but he's definitely a little rough around the edges.
So yeah, I thought it was a good start to the whole Eric Masterson thing.
Me too. Yeah, the art was great. The script was great. The action was really good. The fight at the end was fantastic. I love that. Battling it out in the rain was so good.
Definitely. All right. Should we get to the next one?
Yes.
This cover, the 434, it reminds me of like a Kirby era cover.
Yeah, with all the little the heads up at the top.
Yeah.
In this issue, Balder the Brave, the Stunning Sif, and the one and only Captain America.
So yeah, kids. So Eric's gonna try to get some answers. Gonna try to get Thor back.
Try.
I know. I'm surprised we haven't done this what if yet, or it's like, what if Thor had never returned and Eric just had to do this? You know.
Yeah, we should get to that one eventually.
They should do that. Damn it.
Oh, did they never do that one?
No, that's what I'm saying. They should do that.
Oh.
Yeah. Hell, give it the Falco and Friends, man.
Oh yeah, God, I would love that. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, imagine how like things like Civil War and Secret Invasion and things like that would have played out if yeah.
Heroes Reborn.
Heroes Reborn.
See, that's the other thing. I'm like, they kind of they killed or sidelined everybody during that, because I'm like, how interesting that would have been if when they shunted the Avengers into that other universe, if like US Agent Eric and Jim Rhodes had like oh, well, we kind of have to be the new Avengers.
Yeah, right. The other ones are gone, so we're gonna have to take over again. Yeah.
So they would have had to form a team around this new Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. That would also make a good what if issue.
Exactly. All right, so the Mighty Thor 434 from July 1991. If he be worthy. Same team, except this time we have two colorists, Mike Rockwitz and Ed Lazzari. So two colorists this time. All right. Thor 2 heads to Avengers Mansion to talk to Captain America. He reveals his true identity and tells him what all has happened. He then heads to Asgard with the intention of forcing Heimdall to reveal what he did with the real Thor. Of course, Heimdall refuses, so Thor 2 fights his way through to the sleeping form of Odin with the intention of taking him hostage, but realizes at the last minute he can't do it when he sees the inscription on Mjolnir. But Annihilus has been watching and kidnaps Odin himself. So yeah, cliffhanger in this one, kids. But
yeah,
okay. I mean, yeah, Thor. I mean, Odin is all powerful and everything, but I don't know. Just I don't know how good is that being that all powerful. It was after every couple Well, it seems like in the comic every couple months, but every couple of years you use that power, and then you're like, yeah, I got to lapse into a coma for a while.
Yeah, right. I'm so tired. I must sleep.
Because they had done this like a few times, like in the past. Because I think, I know Balder the Brave had a turn as the head of Asgard during Walt Simonson's run.
Right.
I think Sif had done it at some point. So it's like, yeah, they basically like run the gamut almost.
Yeah, he's gone to sleep a bunch of times.
Yeah, this time it's Heimdall. So yeah, basically we played musical chairs with the throne because Thor didn't want it.
Right. Yeah, and I don't know why they didn't want to keep Odin around. Like, I mean, I get that he's super powerful and there's only so much you can do with a character like that, but
I guess they just wanted to like show one somewhat different people on the throne, and then of course every time it's like, well, why doesn't Thor do it? He loves that Earth too much.
Yeah, he's busy, you know.
Exactly. But yeah, it's funny in the beginning when Eric's trying to get into Avengers Mansion and all the Dr. Octopus like arms are like ensnaring him.
Yeah.
Captain America's like, Thor, you know how to get into the mansion. Come on. So yeah, then they go in and Captain America's like, okay, no one's listening. Eric transforms.
What is going on? Who are you?
Captain America's like, wait a minute, the architect Thor recommended what?
Yeah, because they've met before.
Oh yeah, literally, because I know I think it was in the Captain America book. Yeah, when they're rebuilding the mansion. Yeah. Yeah. Eric was the architect. So
Marvel's premier architect at the time.
Pretty much. Yep.
Yeah.
And then so I don't know why he can't get to work ever, but yeah. So yeah, Eric tells him what happened, and we get the old the old summary of this is what happened to Thor. And first it's like, because I don't think Cap knew that Eric and Thor were bonded, so he's like, yeah, I almost got killed during one of his fights. So the only way to save me was for Odin to merge us, and then Thor kills Loki, and then he gets banished.
He gets banished
to some nameless limbo for all eternity.
Yeah, and Eric still is confused as to why they chose to give him the power of Thor in the first place.
again, I guess I don't. I guess it's just right place, right time because he was bonded to Thor, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, he's struggling with feeling like he's worthy or not. Yeah,
because the Asgardians, they don't want to leave the Earth unprotected.
well, they've grown rather fond of it over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I like that we see Annihilus again.
Yes, because I had forgotten at this point. Yeah, like the Asgard, it was like a drift, and it was basically it was in the negative zone at this point.
Yes, yeah, Asgard was stuck in the negative zone for a few years actually, and Annihilus had already plagued Asgard once a few years prior to
Oh
this.
yeah.
Yeah, there was it was almost like a horror story in which he was like kind of stalking the streets of Asgard at night and killing people. It was great stuff. But yeah, we hadn't really seen him since then, and I was really happy to see him again and looking great. I mean, Ron Friends, I love his artwork.
Oh yeah, especially
anyway,
like,
but
yeah,
some of
like
these
that headshot. Yeah,
it's just classic Annihilus. It looks so good. I can't say enough good things about it. It's perfection. Yeah. And Tom DeFalco, of course, has a great grasp on the character of Annihilus. This is a creature who has issue with everything else that's alive in the universe.
The only way to protect myself is to kill everything else.
Kill everything else. It wants to be the only thing that's alive in the universe.
But yeah, we see in Asgard, yeah, Sif's not happy with her brother. Her brother, the current ruler of Asgard, is banished to, the man she loves, so she's not happy.
She slaps him. Yeah. How could you?
Exactly. It's like for anyone else, maybe, but Loki, come on.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And
she cuts all of her hair off.
Oh yeah, she listens to some Sarah McLachlan or something. Cuts all her hair off. Yeah.
In the arms of the angel.
I'm sorry, maybe I should update that. She listens to some Taylor Swift and cut all her hair.
Taylor Swift. Wildest dreams.
She'd be like, okay, Heimdall, how do you like the you want me to be the anti-hero? All right, come on. But yeah, Annihilus is watching this whole thing, and he's like, "How long?" He's like, "Now's the time to strike. Odin's in a coma. Thor's gone.
Yeah. There's a bunch of conflict amongst the Asgardians. It's a perfect time to strike. We get a great battle between the new Thor and the Warriors 3.
Oh yeah, but no. Before Eric leaves, I love that. Like they even mentioned, because I believe the Falco and Friends did do that issue. It's like, Eric's like, we got a bond, Captain America. Everyone who's picked up this game.
Yes,
because that's what I said.
You,
that's what I said to Ron Friends. I said, how awesome is that? I'm like, you're the first guy. He was the first guy to draw Captain America picking up that hammer.
That's true. Yeah.
Fourth was it 390? Yeah. Well, he was still in that black costume. But I was like, how awesome is that? You were the first guy to draw that.
So cool.
Oh, we should cover that one day just for the hell of it. Yes.
Just that one issue. Actually, that was part of a story, wasn't it? Was that part of a larger story? I can't remember.
Like the villain might have reoccurred. Was that Seth, the serpent god of death? But but the issue was pretty much self-contained, because like Thor had been away from Earth for a while. He comes back and finds out, Steve Rogers is the captain now, and him and Tony Stark were like added during Armor Wars and stuff. And he's like, wait a minute, which side should I be on? And then Captain America picks up that hammer. He's like, well, I guess Captain America's in the right.
Yeah, we should cover that issue. I would love that. It's been a while since I've read that one too.
So yeah, like you said, Eric goes to Asgard, and the Warriors 3 are the new guards at the Rainbow Bridge. So, but Eric gets past them, because Eric's like, he's like, wait a minute. He's like, are these guys like pulling their punches? He's like, I think these guys kind of want me to go confront Heimdall and out, try about Thor. So. Oh yeah, Volstagg gets knocked off the Rainbow Bridge.
Well, before that, Eric goes, well, "What did you hit me with? Your stomach?" Oh, that part still makes me laugh.
That's the funniest. Take comfort, whelp, in the knowledge that greater and more experienced warriors than thee have been toppled by the majestic bulk of the fearless fools.
The majestic bulk. Oh, I love Volstagg. He's so fun.
He gets knocked off the bridge, and Eric's like, he's like, the smart move is to take off and let his friends worry about the, hauling him out, out of the void. But he's like,
Yeah,
but he's like, that would be the smart move. But he's like, times like this, I wish I was a new version of the Punisher. There's just something else, man. You don't see a lot of Punisher references in issues of Thor before this.
It's Thor, yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, he saves Volstagg, and then he takes off for the city. There's like,
that's a great full page.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, I love that.
Again, that reminds me of some Jack Kirby.
Definitely. Yeah, Ron Friends, man, he's so good. I love it.
But yeah, then we see Sif has cut off all her hair.
She's got some new armor on. It's the Sword Maidens of the Northern Climes, apparently, is the new looks that she's got.
That's just so funny when Eric invades the throne room and all the guards just like piling on him and they can't stop him.
He just shrugs them off.
And he tells Heimdall, "Where I've come for Thor. Where is he?" And Heimdall's like, "Hey, your power's impressive, but I gave it to you." He's like, "Leave now before I strip it from thee."
Yeah, and he does. He takes off and finds Odin asleep in his chamber.
Oh yeah. Well, first, this is the power of the Odin force, where Eric calls off and like hits Heimdall like
full on with Mjolnir, yeah,
like in the face with the hammer, and Heimdall's just standing there.
Yeah, I mean that Odin power is, that's pretty high up there at the echelon.
But I guess. But yeah, then Sif and Balder are like trying to defend Odin. They separate Eric from the hammer, and again, he's got the old Don Blake weakness. He's like, "I like that hammer for more than 60 seconds. I'm changing back."
Yeah, I love that too. I love that when the heroes have a weakness like that.
So yeah, Heimdall and the rest of the Asgardians come in, and Eric's talking about taking Odin hostage or like hitting him and
beating him with Mjolnir while he's asleep. And then he sees the inscription. And he's like,
whosoever holds his hammer, if he be worthy. Yeah. So he's like, no, I can't do it.
I can't do it.
So then, basically Heimdall's like, okay, you are worthy of the power. You weren't willing to strike an old man with a hammer. I guess you are worthy of being a superhero.
You're not going to bludgeon Thor's dead to death while he's asleep. Okay, you can keep the power.
Which again, I mean, that's kind of like a bluff, because it's like, okay, your friend who you want to like rescue from banishment, get him back, and it's like, how'd you get him back? Oh, I had to kind of like kill your father, but you're back, so
I caved in your dad's head with your hammer. Here, you can have it back now.
Odin sleeping in his fur coat or whatever he's wearing.
Yeah. He needs to be warm and toasty. He's going to be sleeping for a while.
Yes, I'm going to get cold in those negative zone nights.
Well, yeah.
There's a title, Negative Zone Nights.
Negative Zone Nights. That could be a movie.
I was going to say, it sounds like some 17 plus comics there.
Skinemax After Dark.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they didn't read it. Oh wait, was that the Negative Zone? Reed and Sue conceived their second kid in?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not much to do there in the Negative Zone except for that.
Mr. Fantastic, who can take any shape. Well, that's that old riddle. It's like, how does a rubber man get someone pregnant?
There's a reason why the Sue's stuck with Reed all these years.
Man, there's a reason why he calls himself Mr. Fantastic.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey man, you gotta be packing some good game to Yeah, to, keep a man from Namor or a woman from Namor.
That's just what I'm gonna say. Yeah, he had some major competition, and
My
she's
favorite
still,
biscuit.
yeah, she's stuck with Reed. So he's doing something right, and I have a pretty good idea. I know what it is.
Oh, get it? Oh, Namor, Chicken of the Sea, aka.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah.
Chicken of the sea.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Biscuit of the sea.
My favorite biscuit.
What he's wearing is a pair of Speedos and some wings on his ankles.
Just
Yeah,
what I want in a man.
That's all he needs. I hate it when they put too many clothes on Namor.
All right. So anyway, Odin gets transported out, and then he tells the Asgardians. He comes on the view screen. He's basically like, "I've taken Odin.
Yeah, he's gonna brag about it to him.
Lay down your weapons and surrender all your immortal power, or the true Lord of Asgard will surely die."
Yeah. And they know he means it because they've dealt with him before, and they know he's not messing about.
But it's like I get he did that for the surrender, but he's after Odin. He's siphoning off some Odin power from Odin anyway. So it's like, wouldn't it have been more smart to just not tell the Asgardians? So like maybe they didn't know who did it. By the
Yeah.
I guess he just didn't want war with the Asgardians.
Didn't want them coming after him.
Yes. All right. So what you think of this issue, Justin? I love it.
I love it too. I love the fight with the Warriors 3 on the Rainbow Bridge. I thought that was excellent. I mean, we get some great depictions of Asgard by Ron Franz and Al Milgrom. And we get a return of one of the greatest villains, I feel, of the Marvel Universe, Annihilus. I mean, he really is one of my favorite top 10 villains. He's so good, and I love whenever he appears in this era of comics. I'm happy because he's done really well.
I mean, he's up there in the Fantastic Four rogue gallery to me, like Doom and Galactus. Yeah,
he was like one of my first Marvel villains ever. Because when I first started reading comics, it was a story that tied in with Avengers and Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah.
And he had taken over the Baxter Building and had just whipped the tar out of Franklin Richards and Alicia. Like, I was like, wow, this guy just beat up a little kid. I was a little kid, of course, reading it. I think I was Franklin's age. And I thought, Annihilus, wow, this is terrifying. Holy cow. So he became one of my favorites really early on.
I think that was around the time, the Fantastic Four get dumped in the negative zone. That's when Reed and Sue or Steven Dunn good,
yeah.
Oh, speaking of Fantastic Four, I might have to finally start unboxing them so there's room. But I got to sue Invisible Woman today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Now I'm up to 2 of the 4. Like I said, I might have to take them out of the boxes and line them up in front of Galactus so they can see everything.
Yeah. Which of the other ones are you missing?
I just need Reed and Ben.
Reed and Ben. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you'll find those soon. Have a complete set.
Because we were just at the store and I saw the Sue. I was like, I gotta get it. Gotta get it.
I love it.
Because Lil sent me the Human Torch, so I have Johnny. Yeah.
Very
so
nice.
I have the Storm siblings. Now I just need the other 2.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get to the next one?
Yes.
A cover you never thought you'd see on a Thor issue. Thor holding a giant gun.
A very early 90s cover. Yeah.
A giant gun. In the style
no more Mr. Nice God.
Style of like a cable or something. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. All right, kids. So next one is Mighty Thor 435 from August 1991. The Power of Thor. Same team. Back to our one colorist. Thor 2 and the Asgardians make a plan to free Odin from Annihilus. Thor 2 doesn't understand their warrior's code and does whatever is necessary to win, which the Asgardians find distasteful. They manage to free Odin and seemingly kill Annihilus. Annihilus was able to drain some of Odin's life force into his cosmic control rod. Heimdall gives Thor 2 a clue to Thor's whereabouts before sending him back to Earth. All right.
There's a lot that happens in this one. What did you think of this one, Phil?
Again, good. I love this whole run. I know I sound like a broken record, but I love this run. But yeah, I mean, the beginning of the issue, Heimdall using one of his abilities, not like an Odin power thing, we're just basically using his senses to find Annihilus. And
it's so cool, that 2-page spread where he's kind of like projecting his consciousness out. It's gorgeous. I could look at that for hours. It's so good. Yeah, that would make it like an amazing poster or something that you could put on your wall.
Oh yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And all this stuff in the negative zone is fantastic. With the weird creatures that are flying around that they use as kind of like a transport to sneak in under the cover, and these weird bug mutants that Annihilus has.
Like Annihilus like drains some of that Odin force. The first thing he does is like kill some of his minions.
Yeah, just because he can,
Well, as he says, life is the true enemy of the death that walks.
That's right. The living death that walks. Yeah, he's not to be messed with, Annihilus.
The living death, the death that walks. I'm like, I knew Lilith got her shtick from somewhere.
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done. Rape and murder.
I miss you, Lilith. That Odin force.
Put it here.
We'll have to see if she can join us for our Man-Thing episode.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if she'd be interested in reading this, going over those Marvel Comics Presents issues with us.
Oh, maybe. I'll reach it. Yeah, I'll let her know. We'll see what. But yeah, I love the Asgardians are all like, revving up for war and stuff. They're like, yes, we must go defeat. And Eric's like, wait a minute, wouldn't it be like a more subtle approach, be like better and like safer for Odin? They all just look at each other, and Heimdall's like, subtlety is a path that Asgardians rarely travel during times of crisis. Thy words have merit, Eric Masterson.
Dost thou have a plan which will not besmirch our warrior's code?
He's like, I hope so. And he's thinking,
I hope so.
Warrior code. No one handed me a manual. And then on Earth we get Lena, aka the Enchantress, visiting Susan and basically like, do I need to kill you? Did you find out who I am? She's like, I don't know, so I guess I don't have to kill you yet.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's the roommate of Susan.
Yes,
assistant. Yes. Yeah.
I
love that. Tom DeFalco's the king of the subplots. Like in all of his books, like he's always got all these little subplots going on. I love it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep going because eventually, the doctor's telling Eric's like, I only know of one man with the surgical skill to save her, Dr. Don Blake, and he's like,
yes.
Oh crap, doesn't exist anymore. So
now I have another reason to rescue Thor.
This is so funny. I just, Eric, Sif, and Boulder riding to the rescue.
Eric on the back of that creature.
Hold on that creature with that hammer.
That poor thing.
It's just like, I don't know if that's how it usually looks, but it like his eyes are bugging out. It's like,
It's probably its head was going to explode. And he goes, old Bug Eyes deserves the credit, Balder. We couldn't have made it without his unwilling help. That thing was just flying along, and they just grabbed it and almost killed it. Well, it didn't exactly besmirch the warrior's code, so I think they're still safe. Yeah, they didn't actually kill it, so
they get to the asteroid. Yeah, they get pulled down into the Annihilus cave.
Assaulted by all these insecto mutants.
But yeah, Eric busts them out of the like glass globe that brought them down. It's 1991, kid. So of course, yeah, when he breaks them out with that hammer, what's he say? It's hammer time.
It's hammer time. Yep. That's when we see the big gun from the cover.
Oh yeah, because they're getting fired on by Annihilus's guys. Yeah.
He just rips it out of the moorings and starts using it.
Well, yeah, first he drops that hammer, he has to pick it up. Yeah, takes it out with the hammer. Yeah, then he just rips it off. Yeah, rips it off.
Rips it right out. Yeah. And Sif takes issue with that right away. She says, I'm appalled by thy behavior, mortal. Thou doth demean thy godly power by resorting to such a spineless weapon.
He literally says, say what?
Say what?
So Baldur basically gets him to calm down. Then we get 3 panels of
another subplot.
Yes.
Yeah.
The boss, Mr. Kaczynski, looking for masters. He's like, where's that architect? He's never around when I need him.
I need him to design me this building. Stat.
So then back to the action.
The big giant flying fist.
I was gonna say Eric and the Asgardians are about to get fisted. Yes.
Ouch.
Yeah. Then they get, oh my god! First they almost get fisted, then they get attacked by balls.
They get smothered with a bunch of balls.
It basically like sort of like sponge-like, is like their swords have no effect on it. And they're just, like,
the swords just slice through them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, actually. What a cool idea for a weapon, something like that.
Oh, yeah, especially with Asgardians who have like all these like bladed weapons and stuff. But yeah, Eric takes out the giant flying fist, and then they cause up a big windstorm to free Sif and Baldur.
Yeah. Which also shatters Annihilus's control room. The winds smash that up, so he takes off. And then we get another subplot.
I love the 90s, man. I wish
Me too.
Comics don't do this enough, man.
No, they don't. I'm telling you, he was the king of the subplots. Like we get 3 subplots in this issue.
Okay, look how much story we got just in this issue for $1.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. And the art's impeccable. It's also good. I love it.
Oh, yes, because yes, a mysterious figure comes looking for Eric Masterson.
Yeah. Knocking on the door. Where is he? Tell him I'll be back.
But yeah, Eric used his hammer to they find Odin.
Encased in kind of an Iron Maiden looking thing.
Yeah, and Baldur's like, I think he slept through the whole thing.
He just thinks it's a weird dream.
Then Eric's like, oh, there's an Annihilus standing in the shadows. He's like, no, you can have Odin. He's like, he's already served his purpose.
Yeah.
Because he shows him, yes, he has some of the Odin force with the sample. Annihilus will soon be transformed into a living god.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of power in the hands of Annihilus is pretty scary.
Yeah. Because Eric says, get Odin back to that spacecraft we passed. I'll handle Buggo.
Buggo.
But yeah, then he just like backhands Eric, and he's like, I'm gonna have all this power. He's like, I'm gonna seize that hammer. He's like, nobody threatens me.
Blow it out your mandible.
Yes. This was a Comics Code of the Authority issue, kid. So yes, he had to say mandible.
Right.
Yeah. Blow it out your mandible.
That's right. Back in the halcyon days of the Comics Code.
Oh yeah, the lowly humans have a new champion, and he strikes back.
Yeah, this fight is great. Annihilus almost takes his head off with his wing.
I know, and then Eric Bezos is going to strangle him with that hammer hand.
Yeah.
So when Annihilus gives him a full blast of power, like right to the face.
Right to the face, yeah.
Not in the face.
Not in the face. It's so salty.
Wow! Oh, you can't. You and Lilith, you kids. Jeez. Damn you, Lilith. You have so many jobs.
It's so salty.
It's so salty.
Oh my. Then Sif goes back to help Eric, but she gets like backhanded into a wall or something.
He's about to destroy her with a blast from the cosmic control rod, and that's when Eric hurls Mjolnir right at the rod.
Yep.
Which has some unintended consequences.
A giant explosion. Crack-a-boom.
Crack-a-boom.
So
Ba-choom.
Eric grabs Sif and basically like runs around the corner. He's like, I hope this wall's strong enough to withstand the blast. Ba-choom.
Yeah, so good. I love the effect of the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the colorist also did a really good job in this issue. The colors are really good and everything.
That whole thing, especially with that explosion and stuff. Yeah, that whole page.
It's excellent.
But yeah, so they survive, and then we just see like a busted Annihilus head at the end there.
With an insect.
Yeah.
Type of cockroach or something crawling out from underneath.
So yeah, then last page they're all back on Asgard, and Heimdall's like, "Oh, we owe you," and Eric's like, "I'm still looking for Thor." He said, "You owe me." So Heimdall gives him a clue. He says, "I can only say that while the God of Thunder is presently far beyond the farthest star in thy heavens, he is also closer than thy next thought."
Yes.
And he pulls out his.
Mean?
I know what it means. Then Heimdall pulls out his magic flashlight and sends Eric back to Earth.
It does look like a flashlight, yeah. And then when we see a return to the subplot at the very end, the mysterious figures waiting outside of Eric Masterson's apartment.
Oh yeah.
Can't keep avoiding me. I'll find him. I swear I will.
It's not this one. It must have been the last issue. At one point, Heimdall tells him to get thee gone. So
get thee gone. Yeah.
I was like, I guess that's Asgardian for get the F out.
Yeah. I'm gonna start using that to people at work.
Gone.
Get thee gone.
Hey Lilith, once you get what you need from those himbos, get thee gone.
Get thee gone. Yeah. Exactly.
Get thee gone, foolish mortal. Tell him, Lilith.
I don't do Twinkies or toaster strudels.
Yeah, exactly. Get thee gone.
Thou hast served thy purpose. Get thee gone.
That's right. Yeah, we're all done here. Get thee gone.
Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises.
Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That pertains to the mystic hammers and
cosmic control rods.
The cosmic control rod.
Yeah, I got that last night. Somebody's nothing to get that ain't my business.
That's right, kid.
For a guy with a powerful rod.
Hey, kids, that cosmic control rod, that's a big deal in the Marvel universe.
Bigger, harder, stronger.
It really is.
All right, so yes, another good issue. Right, Justin?
Yes, I love this. I thought it was great that Eric immediately went to Asgard in search of answers.
Yes.
Like, what happened to Thor? Like, he didn't just wait around. He went immediately to Asgard to try to get answers. And then we get Annihilus. I thought it was a great idea, a great opportunity to bring Annihilus back after, like I said before, he'd been gone for a couple of years. And I knew that he was going to return. Like, when Eric's kind of looking at the aftermath of the explosion, it almost kind of looked like there's some ribs sticking out or something. And was like, oh, is he really dead? But then I thought, no, they're not going to kill off Annihilus. Like, that's crazy. He's one of the best villains that they've got. They're not going to kill him off.
It's comics. He'll take a break for
Oh,
a couple years.
yeah. He'll be back. So I didn't think that was the last we were going to see of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a great 2-part story this was. I love it. I love it. Classic.
All right. And then we're going to get to, let's get to the last one. One of my personal favorites with another classic Thor villain. Yes.
Yeah.
The Mighty Thor 436 from September 1991. Savage Reunion by the same team. Yep. All right, kids. The Absorbing Man has returned, and he and Titania are determined to reunite. Meanwhile, Eric's business is continuing its downward spiral. Thor 2 rushes off to confront the Absorbing Man, but is stunned when he discovers that Creel and Titania just want to be together. Thor 2 lets them go, telling them to stay out of trouble. But Eric has another person enter his life. That's right, kids. On that last page, Hercules has returned.
Yes. He's back. He had been gone for a while too after.
Yeah. All right.
So this one's one of your personal favorites?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
With anytime like Eric and the Absorbing Man interacted, it was great.
And we did have a few Quasar references here.
Oh yes, and Quasar shows up next issue. Yes.
Yeah, because Quasar was the last one to face the Absorbing Man before this. During Acts of Vengeance, he had just they reference it early in the issue. I think
first page they reference it. Yeah, because because his ball and chain are clanking around. Because
right, Quasar number 5. Yeah.
Because Cap's like, this is the ball and chain Quasar confiscated after his battle with the Absorbing Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So literally, the Absorbing Man's a heavy hitter, kids. He went from Joe Fixit, the Quasar, and now he's going to face Eric Masterson Thor.
And he does a number on him, too. I mean, he whips the pants off of Eric Masterson.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Cap tries to stop that ball and chain from escaping. Like he jumps on it with the shield, but then it just like takes off and busts through the ceiling.
Yeah, goes straight up through the roof.
Shot through it went through a few floors, they say. So yeah, Cap's like, based on his past history, I'll probably seek revenge on Quasar and the Mighty Thor, as we do.
Yeah. And at this time, Quasar probably wasn't around on the planet. He was probably up in space doing something. So the next logical one is to go after Thor.
Well, luckily, everyone had a secret identity at this point, so it'd be kind of hard for the Absorbing Man to find anybody.
That's true, yeah.
But yeah, Eric's talking to that Kowalski, saying, there's personal problems. It won't happen again. And then that's when his Avengers ID card starts going off.
Yeah. And then the dude freaks out. He's like, you got gall, Masterson. You bring a cellular phone to our meeting, but you're unreachable when I need you. Get out. Get thee gone.
Exactly. I love when Eric's standing there saying, I wonder if experienced super guys like Spider-Man ever have days like this. Oh, yeah.
You'd be surprised, Eric.
Yeah. His boss smokes cigars and yells at him. Come on.
Yeah, on a daily basis, no less.
Exactly. Well, there's some suspenders there. That is funny though. He's wearing the tie and everything. He's dressed like an architect and he just like
totally
transforms.
Yeah. And we got the ponytail. Yeah, this is 1991 all up
and
down.
Because he's thinking Cap called him and told him about the Absorbing Man. He's like, am I responsible for all of Thor's old enemies? He's like, I have no grudge against the guy. I never even met him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's flying around and he's thinking, like I had a weird thought. He's like, this is an enchanted hammer, right? He's like, so he thinks about find the Absorbing Man. So he's like, hold him around 360. The cape goes over his head.
I love that part so much.
He reminds me of Greatest American Hero,
Yeah. Yow! Imagine being like a bystander in New York City at the time and just kind of casually looking up at the exact moment when this happens in the issue.
And Thor's flying out with his cape over his head.
Yeah. Oh, that had to have been so funny to see.
Then we see Titania sitting in a bar.
Yes, having a lovely little interaction with one of the dudes in the bar.
Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, the one guy hits on her. She just like pulls out the bar stool he's sitting on and lifts it and him up.
Sets it on top of the bar with him still sitting on it.
Basically telling him when a woman says no, she means no.
She means no. Leave her alone. I love it.
But then she sees there's a news report. Yeah, that ball and chain flying through the city. She's like, he's returned.
Yeah, she'd know that ball and chain anywhere. And wouldn't you know it? She's got her costume on underneath her trench coat.
I was gonna say, was she playing in a job or something? Because yeah, she has her costume on underneath that. No wonder the guy was hitting on her. Look at that costume.
Got a little glimpse of those spikes under there. He's like, ooh.
He's got a little spike of his own.
I always loved Titania's costume. I thought that was great. Yeah.
Then we see some energy coalesces and becomes the Absorbing Man. He's back. Yeah, because like you really can't kill him. He's like Sandman. You really can't kill him. You can like disperse him for a while, maybe, but
yeah. Anybody that like has ever become pure energy, like how do you defeat somebody like that? Yeah.
Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Just turned into a hairy bald man.
That's right. That's right.
Because he basically like I can absorb the power of anything: rocks, bullets, steel, even Thor's hammer and Quasar's quantum bands.
Yeah.
That's when Eric runs into. He's still with that tape over. He's like, "Oh my god, I hit somebody." He's like, "I probably killed them." Then he gets that cape off, and Absorbing Man has absorbed the concrete from the pier and hits him with that ball and chain, which are now also concrete.
Yeah.
I love Eric. Wonderful. The way I act sometimes, you think I was standing for Eddie Murphy instead of
Yeah. And that's when the Absorbing Man grabs him and hauls him in closer. And as he gets a closer look at him, he goes, "What are you trying to pull on me? You ain't Thor. You look an awful lot like him, but no wonder you were so easy to trap. The real McCoy would have been a whole lot smarter." And he just stomps him into the dock and walks away.
This is why I love their interactions. Yeah, he uses his foot, just like stomps him into the pavement, like up to his shoulders. He's like, "What a laugh, a Thunder God trainee." He goes, "What do they call you, Sparky the Lightning Kid?"
And he keeps calling him that throughout the rest of the issue.
Yeah, and he's just like, he starts walking off laughing, and then Eric busts out, like, "My turn," and he throws the hammer at him, but this time Absorbing Man has stuck his foot in the river, so he becomes water. So the hammer just goes right through him, and he disappears into the river.
As he's laughing at him the whole time, tauntingly. Yeah.
So then Eric takes off because he has to meet his son.
And another subplot. We get another subplot going on here.
And again, the art is just so good. Like, it's like when he's transforming back and everything. And I just love all this.
Yeah. I love it too. Yeah. Even the like little simple seeing the panels of him flying over the city, they're all really good. Yeah.
Yes, we see the mysterious figure watching Eric and his son.
Yep. He's gonna make his move soon, you can tell. He's
wearing
up something.
The mysterious figure wearing a New York Smashers football hat, kids.
Super Pro, anyone?
Oh my! You're closer than you think, but it's not Super Pro. Oh, that would have been fun. Oh, that would have been funny if that reveal had been Super Pro, especially considering who it is. That would have been so funny. Do you remember who that is? Because they don't reveal that in this issue.
This mysterious figure?
Yeah. Because I didn't know if we should reveal that, but yeah, I mean,
well, it fits, yeah.
I mean, spoilers. It's his ex-wife's new husband, who's an NFL player. That would have been so funny if it was if Super Pro. Oh my god, it is 91. Oh my god, that would have been so great.
or somebody on the same team as Super Pro.
Eric literally could have been like, "Wait a minute, you dump me for Super Pro? What?" Oh my god. Then we see the Absorbing Man breaking out of a men's clothing store.
Yeah, he's tired of walking around in just prison pants and boots.
It's like what? Couldn't he create new clothes? I mean, literally, he became energy, and when he reformed, he was wearing those pants. Although
Right.
I guess that's his default mode, because again, it's like Loki magic that gave him his powers. So,
Right.
oh
That's
my
true,
god!
too, yeah.
So your default mode is whatever you were wearing when you got those powers, which was just prison pants.
Prison pants. That's it.
Oh my lord!
No wonder he's in such a bad mood all the time.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
He's just wearing prison pants and boots for the rest of his life.
It's in his prison purse.
So yes. So literally, yeah, Crusher. Grabs a bag for a bowling ball too to put his ball and chain in, but he sees reports. I guess their signal for Titania. She took 2 cars and twisted them into a giant T.
Yeah, I love that.
So, but I guess they had a existing plan, so he knows where to find her. Eric sees the same report, and he's like, "Could that be a signal for Thor, the Thing?" He's like, "Nah."
Nah. And here we've got a full mullet action here on Eric.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is major mullet time. Yeah.
Oh my god, look at that TV and the stand it's on and the VCR underneath it. That
The VCR underneath it.
That was 1991, kids.
Absolutely. Yeah. Tiny little TV too. Look at that. That must be like a
TV,
12
yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
I guess the cable box on top. Yes, this was 1991, kids.
Yeah. This is a time capsule.
Oh yes, fellow architect and potential love interest Jackie Lucas watched.
Yeah.
Because she was the one who was looking for it. She was also there looking for him when the mysterious figure showed up. And
right, in the previous issue. Yeah.
I love how he's like, it's probably a bill collector. Because he runs off to go look for the Absorbing Man again.
Yeah. I'll call you later. Bye. And this is something that she hears a lot from him as he's running away.
Well, you're running pretty quick for a guy with a walking seat.
He'll shrug it off later.
Yes,
he'll just shake it off.
But yes, he tracks Krill to the Delacorte Theater on the shore of Belvedere Lake in Central Park. Oh, yes. So, yeah, Krill's just waiting there for Titania to show up, and then Eric shows up again. Oh man, the Avengers must be real hard up if they set you again. He says, he's like, I may not be the real Thor, but I'm taking you in. No way, Sparky.
School is now open, kid. Hero smashing 101.
So he swings that ball and chain at Eric, and Eric blocks it with the hammer. He's like, that was such easy to block. And he's like, yeah, real easy. Stupid, too. He's like, I just absorbed the power of your Uru hammer. That means sayonara, Sparky. Knocks him. Sends him flying through the air.
Yeah. I love it. Sayonara, Sparky.
Then Eric picks himself up, comes flying back.
One of the kids is like, "You okay, Thor? How about an autograph?" Maybe cool. Some other time.
Wait, cool. A superhero slugfest. I hope Captain America shows up. But yeah, Eric flies back. He's like, "You hung around, definitely not bright." He's like, "Read my lips, Sparky. You can't touch me." And again, Eric's not getting the point because Eric's like, I don't have to touch you. I can just tap my magic hammer. He calls down some lightning, and
yeah, he's a bit of a slow learner when it comes to the Absorbing Man.
He's like, I'm Absorbing Man. Emphasis on the absorbing part. And you just give me a bazillion bolts of electrical power. Yeah, so basically, yes, Creel is now a giant electrical creature.
A massive lightning bolt, which flies directly at Eric, but he's able to absorb it all in Mjolnir.
With the hammer, yeah.
Yeah.
But then he's like, he shoots him into the sky. Suck on sky.
Suck on sky. I love it in the panel after his hair is all frizzed out from the
the helmet's off and the hair's all standing up. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
And then he's like, I thought he could take any punishment. I hope I didn't accidentally kill him. I don't think I can face that again. Not like last time. Not like Annihilus. Wait, something hurling down. And Creel hits the ground. He's still around. But yeah, it looks like he's almost knocked out. But then Titania shows up and hits him with a metal pole or something. Yeah.
He doesn't see who it is, too, who initially hits him. He goes flying and then just kind of grabs Mjolnir and lashes out blindly, not knowing who it is he's hitting.
Yeah, because he dropped the hammer. He's like, I got to get the hammer. I'm dead. So yeah, he grabs the hammer. Yeah, he hits her before he even looks. He's like, oh my gosh, it's a woman. I hit a woman. So she goes flying next to Creel, and he's like, oh no, no, no. So he thinks she's dead too. But then talks about, oh, I wanted to go straight with you. Maybe raise a family. I love you, babe. I love you. But then she wakes up.
Yeah.
Eric's like, this hero business is crazy. All this death, all this destruction just so they can reunite. And I thought Pretty Woman had a sappy ending.
That's right. That had just come out, I think.
So yeah, Krill basically telling him, yeah, we don't want any trouble, but nothing's gonna separate us. What's it gonna be, Sparky? And Eric, do me a favor, Krill, stop calling me Sparky and stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble. Yeah.
So then later, after a shower, Eric's like, what am I gonna tell Captain America?
Yeah. I just let 2 supervillains go.
It's like, yeah, anything they do, I'm gonna be morally responsible for.
Yeah.
So yes, and then he walks out of his apartment, sees all the bills piling up, and then what more could possibly go wrong? And he hears the TV on. He's like, I hear someone moving around in there, but
he's watching the Flintstones in the other room.
I love that last panel. He walks out, he's like, oh no.
Rejoice, friend Eric, 'tis thy lucky day. Hercules hath returned.
He's sitting on the couch drinking orange juice out of the carton, watching the Flintstones.
I love it.
I know.
What a great ending.
All right, I don't want to tell you your business, Justin, but yeah, for one of the weeks of my birthday month, if you want to put the next couple issues of this Thor run, that'll be all right.
That was one of my thoughts, actually.
Oh yeah, because the next issue is Quasar.
Yes, yeah, that was one of my picks. Yeah,
nice. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think we tell the listeners about that idea.
I don't know, but yes, kids, we were talking about we would pick the episodes for the other's birthday month. So mine's in April, so Justin will pick April's episodes, and yours is November, so I'll pick those episodes.
Yeah, I thought that would be fun. Something to do with our picking each other's favorite characters. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be picking some Quasar for Phil, maybe Mark Grunwald, Captain America, and maybe some Iron Man, some other little surprises in there. Yeah, it'll be fun.
And now everyone listening is like, oh, saw stuff for Justin. So it's going to be 4 weeks of Namor and Naked Men. Okay.
Oh, great. 4 weeks of Namor. Awesome.
4 weeks of Imperious Rex my bed. No. Justin gave me a few choices.
That's right. There's plenty of options. I'm sure one of them will be Namor, at least.
Oh, maybe that's what would actually pull the trigger on some of that shirtless Thor.
Oh, yeah. Diodato Thor. Yeah, that would be good. Definitely.
All right. So what did you think of this issue, Justin? Like
I love this
one.
Of
my favorites out of this run. Yeah.
The first time I read it, I thought that it could have been 2 issues. Like they could have had a little bit longer fight at the end, but I like that reading it now. I think it's better. It works better as a single issue because it gives a little bit of a transition to what happens next. It keeps the subplots going along behind the scenes, and it also addresses the Absorbing Man Titania stuff, which I mean they were pretty regular characters for a while. They would appeared on a fairly regular basis, but it had been, I think, about a year or so since they had been seen.
I think so. I mean, they I know Titania was part of the new Frightful Four around this time. Yeah, they had appeared. Well, they were part of that Masters of Evil that invaded an Avengers Mansion. Oh, we gotta do that story.
Yeah,
We may even get
that's
Will for that. That he loves.
yeah,
Avengers.
that's
Yeah,
legendary. That's one of
yeah,
my favorites. I love that one. Yeah, they were part of the Masters of Evil. Yeah, and after that, they kind of split up and went other ways, and that's when Absorbing Man had the fight with Quasar during the X of Vengeance before this
yes.
story. Yeah, but yeah, I was happy to see them come back, and happy that their romance was still a thing because I always thought that was cool. And it kind of gave them a humanizing element as well. It's like they're not just one-dimensional supervillains, they're actually people with
I wonder if they were like favorites of either Tom DeFalco or Ron Friends or both too, because like they had one of their issues is Spider-Man. They had him fighting both of them. Yeah.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
It was around that Masters of Evil thing too, because they were at the airport. Who were they picking up? They were picking up somebody. One of the Masters. Was it Tiger Shark? It was somebody, but yeah.
Yeah, and it was still black costume Spider-Man, wasn't it? Yeah. They're great characters. Great characters.
Because it was still around the point that it was like Titania was still scared of Spider-Man after Secret Wars. So.
Right. Yeah, she had a hang up for a while.
He put the fear of God. If Spider-Man put the fear of God in a few people, Titania, Doc Ock was like freaked out with him for a while.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Lil says. She says Peter Parker has some rage issues sometimes.
He does. Yeah. Remember when he beat up Fire Lord?
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
Again, that was believe that was a DeFalco and Friends two-parter.
That was, yeah.
You know what's interesting about that? Because he actually did ask him about that two-parter. It was in 2 issues of Amazing Spider-Man. Originally, that was going to be one story in an annual.
Oh.
And then it didn't happen in the annual, so they just put it in 2 issues of Amazing. Yeah.
Interesting. Like a standalone story for an
annual? Yeah,
okay.
It would have been like the main story in like an annual or something. Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
I'm glad it saw the light of day. I'm glad they didn't just like scrap it.
Me too. Yeah, I love that. They I can't remember who it was, but they had to some of the Avengers had to drag Spider-Man off of Fire Lord. To pull him off him.
Oh yeah, like Cap and Buck. Like he's down.
Leave him alone. Stop. Yeah, Peter does have some legitimate rage issues.
Yeah, but I don't really blame him that time. I mean, he's like trying to drop buildings on Fire Lord. I mean,
that's true.
Gas station, nothing's stopping him. So it's basically just like, you know what? If I don't knock him out, this is it. He's gonna fry me.
Yeah, drastic times call for drastic measures. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, no, I love this issue. 436 was so good. The whole story was excellent. And the return of Hercules was a nice little surprise at the
Exactly. Yeah, kids, we're gonna get to that probably next year. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, and again, it's like a different take on Thor. It's like, would the original Thor have just turned and walked away and let those two leave? I don't think so.
I don't think he would have. No, I think that fight would have dragged out for a lot longer.
He at least would have busted heads somewhere,
For sure. Yeah. I don't think he would have had any reservations about hitting Titania like Eric did.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Get thee gone, woman.
Get thee gone. Yeah, because especially after what they did as part of the Masters of Evil.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Eric,
the original Thor was pissed about that whole thing.
Oh, they all were. I mean, it wasn't those two, but I mean, Mr. Hyde like messed up Jarvis bad and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just remember when he came in at the end, like I remember him throwing Mjolnir and just cracking it upside Goliath's head. Like,
oh yeah,
I was thinking, geez, Thor is pissed. He's going to end up killing somebody.
Because like a bunch of them, including Goliath, like beat Hercules into a coma.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite adventure stories. Into a coma. So yeah,
Hercules. They beat up the Black Knight and Captain America. They busted up a bunch of their stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, none of them were too happy. Yeah, Thor was pissed. There's that issue of Captain America when he runs into Mr. Hyde after that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Steve basically puts that shield into his neck. He's just like, as the captain. He's like, usually I don't fight so brutal. He's like, but it's Mr. Hyde,
Yeah, this is a
especially after
different
what he did
story.
last time. Yeah, no.
I remember what he did to Jarvis. Yeah. Yeah, that whole story was brutal. I loved it. I thought it was so good. It was classic Avengers stuff.
Oh yeah, then you get the Absorbing Man and Titania versus the Wasp and Scott Lang Ant-Man.
And Scott Lang Ant-Man, yeah. That was one of my favorite issues of that whole story. I love it.
Oh yeah, we cover that. Yeah, we have to see if Will can join us because he loves that era of Avengers.
I wonder, we might have to do that in a couple of episodes though, because it was a few issues, wasn't it? I think it was.
When was it?
6, 7. I think it was 6, 7, 8 issues.
Oh, was it that long?
I think so.
I knew it was a few. Hold on, I'll look this up. I know they collect. I know they collect.
There is a. There was an old trade paperback, I think, that collected.
I think they collected it a few times. It was, yeah.
But since then, there's, I think, been an Epic collection and a couple of other things.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. You're right here. It's saying 270 to 277. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think we would have to do a couple of episodes to cover that story.
Oh yeah, at least two. At
Yeah,
least, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot that happens there, and there's a lot to discuss, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look who's big in look who's big on the first cover.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Love that one.
All right. So, anything else on these, Justin?
No. Yeah, I'm glad you picked these. Yeah, I love this era of Thor.
I can't talk this run up enough.
Yeah, I love this era of Thor. I'm always happy to go back and revisit this anytime. I definitely think we should continue this next year. We should continue this run from here, from 437. We should pick up there. And yeah, if you can ever score an interview with Tom DeFalco, oh God,
oh yeah,
that would be fantastic. I would love to talk with him for an hour or whatever. Yeah, just
so much. There's so much I want to talk to him just about his writing, but just also, I mean, he was an editor and
editor. Yeah, he oversaw so much that happened in Marvel at that time. Yeah, it would be great to get some of his stories and ask him some questions. I would love that. And to talk with Ron Friends too. It'd be fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I talked to Ron Friends. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Maybe next time we do some Thor, maybe we should should reach out to Ron Friends. Can we get you and Tom on at the same time?
Oh man. Think of how awesome that would be. Yeah. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah, because even DG Chichester told us, we're like, he's like, yeah, DeFalco, he's like, he'll have stories, yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah, I could sit and listen to him for hours for sure. Yeah, I could.
Oh my God, just the impression Chichester does of DeFalco, it's so funny. All right, kids. Well, this was the last episode of September, so I guess next time you'll get them early on the YouTube channel, but yes, next time we'll officially start our October, some more of the supernatural side for October.
Scary month.
That's right. So yes, next episode we'll give you the first 4 issues of the 1990s Ghost Rider run. So the first couple appearances of Dan Ketch, and we did it. We agreed on that, right? Yes, we're also going to throw in what if number 45 from volume 2. I think it's 45 from volume 2, where Barbara Ketch becomes the Ghost Rider instead of Danny. So,
yes, that's going to be great.
And then in 2 weeks, we'll do the first 5 issues of Hellstorm, Prince of Lies from the 90s.
Prince of Lies, which was another Warren Ellis, I think, right? Didn't he write that?
I can't remember. There were a few runs. Hold on. You know what? I was looking at the one. I don't think it's Warren Ellis. Hold on. Let me show you this. That's issue 1. Is that what the one you were thinking about?
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. 1993. Let me see. Here we go. Prince of Lies #1. Give you a little tease here, kids. The editor was DeFalco. No, the reader was Raphael Nivens. Yeah.
Art by Michael Baer. What am I thinking of? Warren Ellis. Maybe it's some other thing.
Like I said, it might have been another run of Hellstorm. Yeah. All right, so yeah, in 2 weeks, kids, you'll get Hellstorm, Prince of Lies, the first 5 issues, and then the last 2 weeks of November, you're gonna be getting, of course, it's Justin's pick. You're gonna be getting some Man-Thing.
That's right, giant-sized Man-Thing
from Marvel. From the first week will be Marvel Comics Presents 1 through 6, and then the second week will be 7 through 12. So
yeah,
getting a 12-part. Getting a big 12 Man-Thing, kid.
Yeah.
Giant-sized Man-Thing.
That's right.
Giant-sized Man-Thing.
Oh my lord! You know what? Lilith? I need a new drop. I need instead of March, I need Man-Thing October. Oh boy!
Man-Thing March. Oh boy!
I think that's you when you see Man-Thing.
Man-Thing March.
Maybe.
All right. So that's your October, kids. And remember, November. I mean, we're gonna be getting some. Well, I need to talk to you about November because I don't know. We might have to replace something because I think the Marvels may be coming out now. Still, I thought they moved it back. Now I think it might still be coming out.
I don't know. The last time I looked, it was still November, but yeesh, I don't know.
I know. We have a Doctor Strange episode. Maybe we can. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll figure it out
because I don't want to move our 2 Hobgobble episodes with Mac.
I know, yeah, our 2 Mac Daddy Macindale episodes,
and then of course we do have 5 episodes in November. That's right. Yeah, I want to move that Fantastic Four in episode 50, kids. We're gonna be covering some things related to the death of Marvel. So
yes, very exciting.
All right, so send us all your thoughts and send us your favorite issues or moments from this Thor run. Email us, and on these issues, we'll read it next time.
That's right. We'll read it all.
So CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon. Again, you can hear all Lilith Hellfire's thoughts on Heroes Reborn, her drunken thoughts. And then for the month of September, we should get it done. We're supposed to do it today, but he couldn't make it. But hopefully tomorrow, Tyler, Patrick, and I are going to be doing a review of the 1999 movie Mystery Men.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Love that movie.
So so one of my patrons is eager to hear that. So
yes. And that was one of my favorite Paul Rubens performances.
Yes. Oh yes,
Spleen.
the Spleen.
Yeah.
Yes. I just watched history again yesterday.
Oh my god, that movie kills me. I can quote obscene amounts of that movie just from memory.
Ben Stiller. Yeah, so find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right. And a man who rants and raves, but I can never picture him losing his cool. Mr. Justin, the Owl. Besides here weekly on Marvel Tales and once a month on We Are the Night, the Batman
Podcast.
Because Lil's too good to cover Azrael. And of course, now twice a month we do Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast. The aforementioned Tyler Patrick and Mr. James Cole.
Yes.
So where else can people find you? Because you do more podcasting and promise more podcasting.
That's right. I have 3 other shows besides the ones that I do with Phil on Capes and Lunatics. The first is Gamma Charge, the strongest podcast there is, where Russell and I talk about the Hulk twice a month. We also have a Patreon page, so do check that out if you'd like. And the second was another show that Russell and I started last year, but we've actually reactivated it. Gone the Form of Man, the Etrigan podcast, in which we talk about DC's Demon, starting with his very first appearances 50 years ago, hard to believe it, in the early 70s. And on our first episode, we had some great guests joining us, Matt and Jacob from the Bronze Age Monsters podcast. It was super fun. It's always fun to chat with them. So that first episode should be out now for everybody to check out by the time this episode is out. And last but not least, we are joined by our friends Ray and Sparky on Predator and Prey, the Yucha podcast. We talk about Fox's Predator twice a month, everything to do with comic books, movies, and much more. And the Lost Library of Legends is almost done. It will be peeking its head through the podcast window very soon.
I think this Lost Library of Legends is just like an insurance scam or something.
Scam risk.
Gonna burn it. He's gonna just pretend to make him and burn it for the insurance or something.
It's a Ponzi scheme.
A pyramid scheme. Hey, yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, that podcast exists. We can find it. Come on.
Yeah. My alter ego is Art Vandelay.
Oh, he's an importer, exporter.
I'm an importer-exporter with the Lost Library of Legends. You've heard of me.
Don't here, watch your ass and your job. He's making Seinfeld references now. He lusts after young men and he makes Seinfeld references. You better watch your ass, little hellfire.
Lubricated eels are the best.
All right.
Is that a sentient tongue?
Oh!
Is that a sentient tongue?
All right. Thank you for joining us. Again, next time, we some Ghost Rider, some 90s Ghost Rider, and then Hellstorm. And then, because 1 week wasn't enough for him, Justin going to present us 2 weeks of Man Thing.
2 weeks of Man Thing.
Oh, boy.
One is not enough.
Oh, yeah. There's so much good stuff coming in.
Yes.
The rest of the year.
We're going to have a great October. Yeah.
Just keep escalating the more and more good stuff.
That's right.
All right, kids. Come back next time, Sparky.